To the top of the league. Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. We are doing it a little bit earlier. We're doing it a little bit at 6 o'clock. I did say that we'll try and do it at 6 p.m. Celtic part time over the course of this summer as the World Cup is on, and I want to try and get in some World Cup games. So Celtic news will take place around about 6 o'clock Celtic part time. Anyway, there's lots to talk about today, isn't there? Jesus. Still no Martin O'Neill announced by Celtic. Crazy. We're sitting at 6 o'clock, and I am keeping a check on the Celtic website, and nothing. All that Celtic have done today is announced that Lewis Palmer had left the club, and they only did it on Facebook. They never did it on Twitter, did they? Very strange, my Celtic. Yeah, let me just double check. Yeah, it was only on Facebook, and you're thinking, doesn't the rest of the social media platforms deserve to be told what's going on? I mean, I know that I suppose the way that the Celtic will look at it, the Celtic Facebook page has 2.2 million followers, and 2.2 million followers. So they'll think if we put it out on Facebook, that'll get to the people that matter. Never mind the reprobates on Twitter and the people on Instagram and such like. It's not even on the Celtic website. It's not even on the Celtic website. All they did put out was this. It's unbelievable. Thank you, Lewis. Celtic FC can confirm that Lewis Palmer has joined the team that he was at last season. Best of luck, Lewis. Thank you. And the 5th of June, and that was it. That's your lot for today on Facebook, folks. There's been a lot more going on than that, obviously. Celtic, I've got to say, where is that picture? There used to be it's in another room. There's a picture of me doing. I've always been a big champion of the Celtic Foundation. I think that the Celtic Foundation is a fantastic organisation within inside Celtic. You know, it's a charitable arm of, and it's people like me and you. It's just normal supporters that always raise money. Celtic have raised in the region of £19,000, not to be sniffed at, for people climbing up Ben Nevis, and there's them at the top of Ben Nevis and it's snowing, and they started off. And there's Mark. There he goes. There's the good man himself. Mark used to run the supporters bus that left from Glenrothes, went through Blingery and Lochgelly. So it was yeah. And Mark is he's doing quite a lot with the foundation now, isn't he? It's good. Yeah, he's been there for he's been in and around Celtic for a long time, and it was no surprise that he did take up a position within the foundation. And there's a couple of them heading up the hill. It's just a wee hill. It's no massive, innit? Where's the pictures? Have they not got pictures of the hill itself? And there's them at the top of the hill, looking down on the Rangers and the Hearts that are all in meltdown. Anyway, that is enough of that, because remember the meltdown at the end of the season. We're going on the pitch, we're going on the pitch, they're never gonna believe us, they're never gonna believe us, they're never gonna believe us. We're going on the pitch, we're going on the pitch. They never sang that at the game. I just made that up. The last time I could remember us singing that was done at Brentford a long time ago, back in the teens. Yeah, Celtic fans singing that down at Brentford, and they did go on the pitch, and the Poles loved it. They thought it was funny as anything. Anywho, as they say in parts of the motherland, the pitch battle. Cammy Devlin says no Hearts players were hurt in Celtic Park pitch invasion. 19 days after Tony Bloom said there was an assault on Hearts players. It was ridiculous. We want to talk to the Polish. What a blooming lie that was, wasn't it? Yes, a blooming lie. the blooming lie that it was. Anyway, Cammy Devlin spoken to the Sun newspaper, as you do. He opened up on the horrible end to the season. It left a sour taste. The midfielder claimed that none of the Jambos players got hurt during the pitch invasion, despite allegations of assault by Tony Bloom. It goes on to say that Lawrence Shankland put the Hearts in front, and Celtic broke Hearts to end up winning 3-1. And we're the champions, 5 in a row champions. Did we forget that? Yes, Celtic are 5 in a row champions. Anyway, the pitch invasion that concluded the game. Of course, look, I'm not going to say that you should be going on the pitch, but to achieve what Celtic did, come on. If one or two players did not, if fans did not go on the pitch, we would be a laughing stock. And there would be a blooming meltdown. I'm going to say blooming lots during this, by the way, because it was a blooming lie. And that blooming meltdown went on for, well, it's still going on, the blooming meltdown, isn't it? Tony Bloom was standing there with his blue phone. What did Pat Nevin see? Yes, what did Pat Nevin see? Because Cammy Devlin has just said that Pat Nevin was talking blooming lying. Pat Nevin was even blooming lying. But anyway, the fan pitch invasion right after Callum Osman scored that goal. Kelechi Iheanacho's telling him, go, go, go. James Forrest is running up, 180-year-old, trying to get his like, give me the ball, oh you little whippersnapper. James Forrest is like, 5 years ago, I'd have taken you, young man, for pace. Give the ball. Fuck it, go. Yes, we'll win the league. James Forrest, pure raging. You're fucking give me the ball, you little shit. Just made up, but I bet that was going on in James Forrest's head, though. But anyway, number of Hearts players were confronted by Celtic players. One Hearts player decided to grab a Celtic fan's phone and try and stamp on it. And the Celtic fan pushed the Hearts player, and the media said that was an assault. Yeah, it did. But Cammy Devlin has come out and said, even though the club, Hearts, that is, branded the scenes as shameful. Yes. And the police, they were even confirmed that they were liaising with Hearts about allegations of assault. Tony Bloom, the Jambo investor, doesn't even own the club. He's just an investor. He alleged that players had been assaulted. And it goes on to say in the report, as of May 29th, no formal complaints have been made regarding assaults by no one. Yes, very strange. Yes. Everyone's went on it never happened mode. We never said it mode. Devlin has already claimed that Hearts lost the title to Celtic on the last day of the season was unjust. It was unjust. What was unjust was playing for a draw and sitting back, mate. If you'd had a go, come and have a go. If you think you're hard enough, you weren't hard enough. You literally weren't hard enough. Celtic pipped you to the post. And it was fantastic for Celtic fans. Just saying. To any Hearts fans out there, come on over to my place. Hey, you, we're having a party. We'll be singing, dancing, and swinging when you come on over tonight. Hey, hey, hey. Shh. Never happened. We never said anything like that happened. Anyway, he went on to say, it was horrible, to be honest. I didn't envision the last game of the season going the way it did in terms of the result. And the scenes. That's not what football's about. It's about winning. Celtic won the game, fair and square. There was no dubious decisions within the game that would have changed the outcome dramatically. I don't think so. Unless the enjoyment of the meltdown is just any. It was all about this, wasn't it? The week before. Hands up, baby, hands up, give me your love, bloomin' your love, bloomin' all your love, all your bloomin' love. Anyway, it's put a sour taste and none of the players got hurt, but it wasn't nice. It never is, says Cammy Devlin. Cammy Devlin's a grass. Cammy Devlin's grassing up hearts as bloomin' liars. There, I've said it. And Devlin has hinted that he won't decide his future until after the World Cup. Do you know why he's saying it? He's like, listen, there's a chance I might get an offer for Celtic, mate, and I'm going to hate. I'm going to hate to sort this out. Do you know? I'm going to have to. I'm going to hate to sort this shit out because I can't have. My agents told me, look, Celtic may be interested, so I'm going to hate to backtrack like here, mate. Do you know? It's Devlin is the new Lee Wallace. Devlin's in. Ah, do you know what? Do you know what makes through? It's when you look at it, when Celtic go into the transfer window and say they do go for Devlin, that would be hilarious, wouldn't it? It goes on. Devlin goes on to say in the article, he says none of the players got hurt, but it wasn't nice. It never is. But the way at the end of the day, we didn't quite get it over the line, which is something that we will have to take time to process. He's admitting that at the end of the day, you've got to win every game. Do you know Celtic had to win 7 games? At the end of the day, we didn't quite get it over the line, said Cammy Devlin. Interesting. Devlin is out of contract this summer. Jambos have offered him a new deal to stay on, but he's went, I'm not really too sure. I'm going to go to the World Cup and I'm going to see if Martin O'Neill will maybe offer me. Because Celtic like Australians, and to be fair, Celtic are a winning team, so maybe, just maybe, stir the pot completely. Stir the pot completely, just to let could you imagine it? Could you imagine it? His line definitely got hurt. We seen them greeting. We didn't see them greeting, but it's one of those things, isn't it? But it's fantastic as far as we're concerned. And then there's always got to be something to laugh at when it comes to Celtic. But then there's a big crash down to earth because the mainstream media, they just won't let it go, will they? They will not let it go what happened that day. And then there's another article come out this evening. 15 arrests following Celtic fans' title bash in Glasgow's Trongate. Yes, 15 arrests. 4 of them in the stadium. 4 of them in the stadium. The rest away from the stadium, nothing to do with the club. And they said there was only 3,000 people. Well, that's a poor turnout. Because when I was there last year, there was about 15,000 people easy. They said there was only 3,000 people turned up to the Trongate. But it's no wonder, because if you're going to turn up to anywhere and you are met, and what was the need by Police Scotland for the heavy-handed tactics and riot cops? Why were the riot cops walking towards the fans? I mean, that's a picture that tells itself, doesn't it? A couple of fans arguing with themselves. Had a bit too much swally. Maybe a bit of the Bolivian marching powder or whatever. But was there really any need? So what's wrong with police and everything today? You remember when the cops used to just come up and say, do you know, I'm going to talk about during the last World Cup, there were the town that I stayed in Spain at the time. In Morocco were doing well, and Spain were doing well. And every time that a team won, all the fans would head to the fountain, and they would completely block the road on both sides. No traffic could get through. It was cars just stopped going. Any cars that did try to get through, the fans were all jumping about and they're all joyous. And they were getting splashed. The cars, they were making the cars stop and they were splashing them from the fountain because the fountain drives right past, the cars drive right past the fountain. And at the end of the night, the Guardia Civil just come up and go, right, right, that's it, enough's enough, off you go. Home time. No violence, no animosity. Do you know? And the Guardia Civil, I've got to say this. Guardia Civil are a bit harder than Scottish coppers. Do you know? No disrespect to any Scottish coppers, but Guardia Civil are a bit. Do you know? But they just tell the fans to go, and the fans do. No riot shields like this, and it's a shame. Do you know? It's does it provoke people? Because you're like, what the fuck have they got riot shields for? What the fuck's that all about? I just don't get it. I mean, it is interesting, but it's in the past, just like last season. In the past, brought back to reality. Yes, it is. Did you see the Big Butcher's interview? No, why would I? Forget that. Anyway, Celtic, they have made. We did the Lewis Palmer one, didn't we? Yeah, on Facebook. Lewis Palmer was announced on Facebook. The that Lewis Palmer left the club, and that was 5 days later. 5 days later, after the club that he joined announced it. What's going on at Celtic? There's reports that Stephen Welsh is also in. He's about to join a Welsh club, and Celtic haven't even said goodbye to Stephen. Now they may wait until Stephen finds a club and then they'll thank Stephen for his. But right now, they're not paying his wages. If the story is to be true, they've allowed Stephen just to rip up his contract at the end of May, beginning of June, and allowed him to go and find another club. Swansea, that's it. Thank you, Wilson. Thank you. I just seen Swansea coming at the side of my eye. I couldn't remember which one it was. I remember it was a Welsh club. It was Swansea. Yes, you're right. Baz, disrespect Scottish coppers. Like, mate, they're all hunts. Yeah, exactly. And it's weird, that, isn't it? There's one for you. Catholic coppers are harder than proddy coppers. Oh, I'll get hate. I'll get the hate for that. I'll get the hate for that. Yeah, the Catholic coppers are harder than the proddy coppers, as you say. Anyway, they don't deserve respect. This is true. This is very, very true. Anyway, in other Celtic news, this was the thumbnail that I was going to go with before. This was the thumbnail. We have nothing to tell you. Yes, we have nothing to tell you, and it's everyone that will be at the top table of the next AGM, including Willie Hockey with these 10 million that he's artificially pumping up the Celtic share price, and then Martin O'Neill, who will sit there very stony-eyed. I think that, I'm actually buzzing for the AGM now. Totally buzzing. I'm a sicko. I know. I'm buzzing for the AGM. I'm thinking about trying to come home and see like who's got one of these bits of papers that can let me in. I just want to come in and I'll just sit up the back and film it. Here's what's going on. It's going to be a meltdown. The first question should be, Martin, I thought you weren't coming back for another AGM. And then Martin will be something like that. Any one of yous pricks move, and I'll fucking do yous. I'll be Martin at the AGM. He'll be sitting. He will be like that. First one to move. Lenny's got the. How do you say that? Lenny's got the sniper rifle up on the top of the stadium. Oh, brilliant. But anyway, Let's move on. Martin says he wouldn't be at the end next. He didn't, did he? He's like, nah, but I don't want to be. I'm not going through this again. He's off on holiday that week. I bet you he will be. Martin O'Neill wouldn't have came out by now if the stories about him being a manager are untrue. Martin O'Neill would have came out by now, and not if Martin's not in Scotland. Do you know Martin could be taking a break with his missus for a week? I don't know. We don't know. Like we say, we know nothing. And Martin shouldn't bother going to the AGM. Well, he should do it as manager because he'll stand by your board. He'll stand with this lot of bunch of reprobates, and they'll all look down and they'll say, "Yeah, we've done it again." It's silly season, Michelle. It is silly season. So do you know it's sniper rifles too far. It's only a pen. Don't know. And to make sure that I'm not bigoted, look, it's got red and blue on it as well. But it's got green on it too. Do you know? So it's got red and blue on it, just so they can't say that I'm bigoted. And it's oh, Baz, I would get Devlin at Celtic. It wouldn't surprise me if something like that happened. There has to be a reason that Cammy Devlin is like he's run backward quicker than everything. Cammy Devlin is Celtic. Must be a goer. Oh, who's the blonde in the picture? Your ma. Who's the blonde in the picture? That is Sharon. What's her name? The company secretary. That's who that is. She is the company secretary. Why not? We have the internet, Baz. We see you in Spain. Oh, I'm a bigot and proud. It is bloody roasting today. Absolutely boiling. I'm going to put the fan on, actually. I've got a nice desk fan. Well, it's not really nice. It's fucking huge. It's fucking. I can't move it. It's fucking nice, fancy, sort of elegant, thin fan. Turn up a bit. But anyway, other than that, there is Sharon Brown. That's it, Sharon Brown. Yes, thank you. It's always somebody in the comments that'll keep me right. This is very good. Hearts will be lucky to get top 6 players leaving. Who cares about Hearts? Big shout out. So we have done the big shout out to everyone that went up. Ben Nevis, that wee hill in Scotland, biggest hill in Scotland. And Stephen Oh, there's a bit of Scotland being Scotland. Scotland being Scotland. I love my jokes. Scotland being Scotland, it came to the media's attention today that Scotland were due to play a closed game a game behind closed doors. It was not announced to the public, so we were surprised when the game broke via Norwegian media. The Scottish FA have say on Norwegian Row, as the Norwegians have classed Scotland as unprofessional. There has been checks being made. Wait, VAR is coming in. Wait, there's a VAR announcement on the decision from Scotland to not even bother turning up for a brief. Yep, the VAR decision says, fuck Rangers, it's Celtics. Ay. Anyway, right, we move on regardless because it's nothing changed. Just to check Celtic's socials again. Thank you, Lewis Palmer. I'm going to check that website that we checked this morning just in case they've maybe dropped an announcement tonight. And Celtic Stock Exchange announcements. Because Celtic have got nope. The last one was still, the Stock Exchange announcement was still, the last one was the 15th of April, 2026. Now, for the people that never watched the video this morning, we are checking out the timings. You'll see the timings here of 7 a.m. Well, it's me on the big screen. Close that one down. This one here, 7 a.m. Brendan Rodgers to leave Celtic, and it was back on the 28th of October. 28th of October, 7 a.m. Another announcement: Wilfred Nancy appointed manager. Don't know. There we go. And then what did it say in the Brendan Rodgers one? Oh, it announced Martin O'Neill at the same time. So they got a double whammy in there. Celtic PLC confirms that manager Brendan Rodgers will leave the club immediately. He has today tendered his resignation, which the club has accepted. So allegedly he resigned. The club would like to thank Brendan for his contribution to the club, both of his periods at Celtic, and wish him success in the future. Former Celtic manager Martin O'Neill will take former Celtic player Sean Maloney have agreed to lead the first team on an interim basis. The process to appointing Celtic's next permanent football manager is already underway. An update will be communicated in due course. And that was that was on the 28th, and then the appointment of Wilfred Nancy, that was put out at 7 a.m. also on the 4th of December, and that one said, it says, Celtic are pleased to announce the appointment of Wilfred Nancy as the club's first team manager to replace Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney, who took charge on an interim basis, with Wilfred Nancy commencing employment from the 4th of December. And this was put on the 3rd of December. So maybe they'll do it the night before Martin's going to get re-employed by the club. Maybe it's a tax break or something. I don't know. The board are pleased to welcome Wilfred to the club. I'd like to thank Martin and Sean and other members of the backroom team for their work in recent weeks. And then that didn't end too well, did it? I mean, that was the 4th of December. By the 6th of January, the 5th of January, sorry, not even just like nearly a calendar month. It was Wilfred Nancy leaves. And there we go. And this is the important part. This announcement contains information for the purposes of Article 7 in the Market Abuse Regulations, blah, 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 amended regulation, blah, blah, publication is made. Information is now considered to be made public domain. Wilfred Nancy leaves Celtic. And then it's rinse and repeat, isn't it? Wilfred Nancy, Celtic PLC confirmed that Wilfred Nancy will leave the club in immediate effect. They would like to thank him and Paul Tisdale, who has also left his position. The process of appointing Celtic's manager is already underway. Hey, fucking Jesus. Oh my God, you cannot make it up, as you say. So that was back in December. January, sorry. December and then January. And then on the 6th of January, a day later, Martin O'Neill, 7 a.m. So that was 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the Wilfred Nancy one. I all remember that. It was be at the weekend, and you were just waiting, and you're like, yep, he's been sacked. So that was it. It was announced. Celtic announced it to the media the same time as they announced it to the stock exchange. And then 7 o'clock the next morning, it was announced new interim manager appointments. Again, it's the same. It's just a little deviation of this. The secretary must be like that. Who is it this time? Martin again, is it? Sean again? Mark? Is he back? Yeah, okay. Goes a bit like that. Gavin's still here? Yeah. Let me guess. Stevie Wood's back in the door after a week out. Yes, okay, thought so. To be the secretary at Celtic. But anyway, that was Chris Mackay, the chief financial officer, who put out that information. He gets his secretary to type it up, because that's how antiquated these organisations still are. It's still, you go to the office. You don't just go to the office and chat on the door. You go into an office and you wait on his secretary saying, "Is he ready?" It's fucking nonsense. Anyway, you can tell I've got a thing against power and people in power and the hierarchy of organisations and shit. Hence the reason I've worked for myself for the majority of my lifetime. Anyway, that was the last time that Celtic spoke about the manager's position. The last update was the 15th of April when there was a director of retirement. That was about 4:30 in the afternoon. Nothing there. There's nothing. We are still waiting. So Celtic, just whenever you feel like it. Let's jump into the comments now. Your checks in the post. That old one. Who do I fancy for the World Cup? Tell you after the first round. I don't think you can ever go on and you're very lucky if you predict the winner of the World Cup, right from the beginning. Obviously, you've got the teams like Brazil, Argentina will be up there. Germany will get to the later ends. They always do. Spain will do well. Spain's got a really youthful team. They were quite disappointed they didn't do it. Personally, I'd like to see Spain do it because Spain goes bonkers. If you think that the Tron Gate or even when Rangers fans celebrated in George Square, if you think that that was a party, you imagine that in every single town and village and every part of the country, man, times 100. They go nuts for it here when they win. Absolutely nuts for it. Crazy Wee Maloney and McManus were reserve coaches too. And I'm thinking either Croatia or Portugal in the World Cup. Oh, France? Nah. I'm expecting the France-Senegal game to be just a riot. Local Aldi, we on a Celtic talk. Honestly, I never laughed so much. Big hand dropped his shot and left. Here's a thought. Celtic didn't even thank John Kennedy for his service. No, they didn't. They still have to thank quite a few players. They've never thanked any of the players that left last season. They've never come out and said thank you to the big goalkeeper. Big Sir Shoulder. I'm sure he's got South American ancestry. Called Sir Shoulder. Spain, Argentina in the final. Germany, Argentina are my bets for the final. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Bolivia beat Brazil. And a warm-up game. That's nothing in it. Japan. Oh, it'll be interesting to see them. My money's on Spain. I have France at 5-1. Spain at 9-2. Who's in it? Says Gavboy. England in with a shout. Not a chance. 6-1. Germany, Argentina final. Oh, that's got to be worth it. The Holy Trinity and a couple of minders. Ireland would be like that if they ever won. Yeah, it would be. It would be. Argentina, Portugal in the final. Spain have a group of young players of quality. They do that. It's and having watched that Malaga game last night, a lot of people don't like the Spanish football because it's a bit slower. It's not the crazy pace and the smashing tackles that you get in Scotland. You're allowed to play football. And I'm getting used to the way that I can remember I was down down about 5 minute drive from me. There's a beach volleyball place with stands and everything. I'll go down. I'll take a video and I'll stick on the channel. They have a beach football. Sorry, not beach volleyball. They have that too, and it's great. Just saying. But they have beach football tournament, and they've got a wee stadium where they play the beach football on sand, bare feet. That's why they're so much better than us, because they generally do play football and sand and stuff. And just anyway, um, anyone but England to relying on Kane. Yes, they're that. Mexico, Portugal in the final. Homer Simpson give me the tip. 10-1 Argentina. And I want to see America lose billions of dollars during the events. I'm hoping there's loads of empty seats, mate. I'm there's part of me that wants to get up during the night just to put some games on that's in America. Just to check. Because the Americans will make it look like this. They'll get the camera angles. Nah, but no chance. Did you see the TV cameras? Where's Irishman in Porto anyway? Getting them talking about the cameras. It looks like the guns on the Millennium Falcon. Swinging about like this on his chair at the side of the pitch. It's like we stopped using the cameras in the 1990s. Did anybody want to tell America that we've kind of moved on for that kind of camera? Swings it round on his chair. Hey, look, fucking the cameras, the camera angles and everything are going to be terrible for this World Cup. I'm just saying. Jim, the Simpsons and their wacky prediction again. Yep. I've said it before. The computer simulation correctly picked the last three, and he has picked the Dutch. What computer simulator? I'm going to jump through the comments. So apologies if I haven't read your comments. Holland Switzerland final. It ended up. There we go. I can see Scotland being the dark horse. Well, if Scotland are going to fall out with everyone before the tournament even starts, I mean, imagine pissing off the Dutch already. Stevie Clark's like that. It's just mind games. Mind games, mate. It's mind games. Just tell them we're not playing the game. Name the cans about it. It was the Dutch. It was the Norwegians, wasn't it? Where's the post? It was the Norwegians. It wasn't the Dutch. How dare I? God, imagine. I've got a Norwegian friend as well. He'd be like that. Fucking, we're no Dutch. They're weird. They speak a weird language. But anyway, the Norwegians grassed on Scotland. A lot of grassing going on today, isn't there? Norwegian grassing on Scotland. Cammy Devlin grassing on Hearts. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. And Cammy Beach Breachers Brook. 20 minutes half time. If Scotland are the dark horses, we'll need a white background, otherwise won't see them. Hey. It was Norway we pissed off. Yes, I know it was Norway. It's, like I said, they're all Scandies to us. See, when you're in this part of the world, you just group them all together and call them Scandies. There is no differential. Which kind of pisses them all off, but it's funny. It is funny. Just call them Scandies. Yes, we got to 27,000. We are currently sitting on. I took down the thing. Where is it? I'll get it up the new, as they say. Get it right up the new. Studios. We flew past it. Someone must have done something somewhere. Somebody says that they posted it on Facebook to get people to subscribe, because we seem to take a massive jump from 26,981. We gained almost 90 odd subscribers in a day. Where is it? It's there. There we go. There's what we're on. 27,079. Onwards to 28,000 and beyond, to infinity and beyond. So yeah, you'll now get folk unsubscribing just because of the sake of it. I think people have already unsubscribed, to be fair, because I think we're at 2,081 earlier, but it doesn't matter. It always happens. Anyway, Grass National Day. Hope Scotland home now. As some stuff on the pitch for the final. What's the difference between the Celtic last game and bigotry? I have no idea. Joseph. Don't count out Japan to win it. Donald Finlay was the first grass Rangers actually alleged. Yeah, actually legally died. Yeah. And he went back to his local team. He did that, didn't he? He went back to Cowdenbeath and pretty much destroyed them. Has it went down today? And I don't think it has. 71. Oh no, it's went up today. It was at 27,071 this morning, and it has went up to 27,079 this afternoon. Just keep it coming, keep it coming. Right, anyway, it is Monday evening. I will again check just to be safe, because you know what Celtic are like. They like putting out late statements, and nothing. Not even on the Celtic website. Nothing. Scottish Cup final hero Morgan Cross extends her stay at Celtic. Celtic official podcast with Alistair Johnson recorded before the end of the season. Ben Nevis huddle. Nets in total in the region of £19,000. And that's it. That's your Celtic news. What happened? I'm going to say this. What happened to Celtic? Can you remember Brian Wilson? Brian Wilson said, "Right, we've learned our lesson. We've learned our lesson. We're going to be more transparent. We want unity. We've taken on board what you have been saying, and we're going to engage in dialogue with the fans." Sky told us 4 days ago now. 4 days. 4 days ago that Martin O'Neill was manager. 5 days ago, Lewis Palmer's team announced him as a player. Wilfred Nancy has sorted Nicholas out some World Cup tickets. World Cup's going to be a disaster. World Cup was really fucked there with the daft Americans. Banning refs. They are not banning referees. You cannot be serious. Are they banning referees? Americans are just... Trump's done his nutting, hasn't he? The fact we are here, Martin hasn't been announced, gives me the fear, says Green Smoke. Delay kickoff by 15 minutes for extra adverts. It's bonkers. Sometimes you just got to... Aye, that. Sometimes you just got to ramble. Do you know, I could be the media teams in Santa Ponza. I bet you they are too. They went to Santa Ponza and the Celtic Festival was in Cabo Roig on the mainland. They went to Santa Ponza and went, "Where is everybody? Where are they? There's nobody here. There's nobody here." They're on Cabo Roig, mate. You can check the pictures out. But anyway, sometimes at this time of year, it's kind of just, don't know. You could be all serious and stuff, and when it matters. But let's face it, we're all just sitting waiting on. We're all doing the same thing. I'm just sitting doing it on in front of a camera and two screens and a fan and what the fuck is that again? Oh, that's it. Pineapple juice. Jim, I wouldn't. I have an inclination that I wouldn't be either. Some Scottish fan got refusal travel on his Ishtar, even though he used it in November. 10 grand and no police record. Jesus. 10 grand. No police record and they're not letting him in. Beaton's not allowed in his local. Actually, there was someone mentioned on the channel. Where is it? I'll go back onto this screen. Someone mentioned on the channel. This was the result. Community. This was the result that started the meltdown. I'm not going to find it unresponded. Unclick that. It was one of the reaction videos. Oh, it was that one. Let's put it on YouTube. Let's put it up on the telly. What? Let's put it on the big screen. Let's relive one of the moments that that started. Let's relive a moment of absolutely wonderful football. And the guy that did this disappeared out of the ether. I wish you'd come back. Yeah, dancer. This is brilliant. Penalties right
Come
in
on,
front of
Bayrami.
the
Great
penalty.
Great penalty by Rami.
Sinisalo makes himself big.
Underneath Sinisalo.
Sinisalo.
Great penalty.
Oh, it goes right through Sinisalo. It's one each. It is one each when it comes to penalties, although Rangers missed their first one. Oh, Sinisalo was unlucky there. He goes the right way. Trusty focused.
Celtic keep their advantage.
Come on, Trusty. Trusty against Butland. Trusty. Yes! Goal! Come on! Get in there! 2-1 Celtic. Celtic are ahead. Rangers have missed their first penalty. Puts Celtic 2-1 up. Celtic just need to keep on scoring. They need to score one more penalty. Man. And they are through. Come on, Celtic. Doesn't matter what Rangers do this one. Does not matter, because if Celtic score the next one. I was all over the place there, wasn't I? I was all over the place.
Nadiri. Yes! Come on, son. Come on, Nadiri. Come on. Puts it right in the corner.
Oh, he went the right way, but it just goes over his hand and in. Could have been a save, that one. Sinisalo nearly saved that. But...
Rio Hatate.
Oh, Hatate. Huffy Hatate. He puts his hand to it and he gets it into the side netting. Huffy Hatate. Took Rio Hatate 3 chances, his last penalty.
Rio Hatate.
3 chances. He won't get 3 chances.
I've never watched this back,
to be fair.
Right in the corner. Sends Butland the wrong way.
Come on, Rio. Yes! Yes! 3! We're at the 3-3 mark, and Rangers have only scored 2. Celtic have got 3.
Fucking miles the wrong way.
One more is all Celtic needs. One more penalty.
Oh man!
And honestly, it's ours.
What a season! What a season!
Oh, come on! Oh!
Jerry Gassama. Oh, fuck off, Gassama, man! Fuck off! There you go.
It's 3-2. It's 3-2.
Honestly, I've not watched this back at all.
Who's the goal? Who's this one? Who's taking this next one?
That's it done. Gassama fucking skies it over the fucking bar. Into Rose End. Absolutely fucking...
Come on, don't
how the fuck performance, man.
Rangers fans have started leaving the stadium already.
Oh man.
Chavanchira.
That's it done. Hand him another trophy. Done. Done. There you go. They've scored 4. We've missed fucking 2. Done. Fuck off. Absolute fucking powder puff performance, man. Thank you very much.
Oh, yes! That was that. Who won the penalty shootout? Celtic. That was that. That was God. That was that. That was a Jesus. I go off on one when I'm doing the lives. It's no wonder I never watch them back. Fuck me. You calm yourself down, man. Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What a game that was. Anyway, that was big thank you to, who was it in the comments? Someone actually mentioned it in the comments and said this was the game that pretty much started the beginning of the meltdowns. And now I can't find it. There it is. That was Mikey Boy 83. This was the spark that started the meltdowns of all meltdowns. And yeah. Oh, absolutely beautiful, wasn't it? Anyway, that is me hit the 50-minute mark this evening. Longer than what I thought. There is no Celtic news as of such, apart from Facebook. 7 hours ago, Celtic went on to Facebook and they said, cheerio to Lewis Palmer. They said, Celtic can confirm. Oh, can you? Like his team confirmed it 5 days ago. Celtic confirmed that Lewis Palmer has joined Lex Ponzan. And yes, thank you, Lewis. They're going to like, are they going to do one a day? It's like, what can we post? What can we post not to piss the fans off? How many players have left? This has got a couple of weeks sorted. They're going to post one a day, aren't they? They're going to say goodbye to a player every single day just to get it out the way. That was on Facebook, on the official website, absolutely nada. On the land of Twitter, nothing. They've still got the fact that we are double winners. It's fair enough. What an achievement. Around 50 supporters took on Ben Nevis Huddle challenge on Saturday, and it's still snowing at the top of Nevis. There you go. Do you want to really know something really boring? Is that they had to come in the Sierra Nevada ski resort in Spain. They had to come in and use one of those snow things to open up the road because it was impassable last week for people that want to go hill walking in the summer. Strange people. Anyway, and then New Celtic View podcast, and then that was it. Podcast Celtic. What's on their Apple podcast? There you go. You can listen to Alistair Johnson. There you go. Of course it would be on Apple. The guy that works for Celtic now came from Apple. Of course it's going to be there. Right, anyway. Must be due another top. Maybe that's where it is. The long goodbye. This will be the longest game ever. When's the Scotland game? Next weekend, I believe. I can't remember the exact date. Any news on the Phantom of Parkhead? Nichols, nope. That's what we are just checking. And oh yes, Inamura's been sold as well. So it's Inamura's been sold. Lewis Palmer's been sold. Stephen Welsh has been allowed to go on a free, and he's on his way to Swansea. It's snowplow. Well, it's not really a snowplow because the snowplow just kind of pushes it to the side. This is one of these machines that churn up the snow and then chuck it out the way. So then you've got just two big sheets of ice. Just solid sheets of ice going up either side of the road. Anyway, thank you to everyone who has been on the channel this evening. There's been quite good numbers for a Monday night during... I don't know what we're going to call this because it's not pre-season. It's the dead part of the season, the dead part of the summer. It's where Celtic just get away with saying absolutely nothing. There's been 2,500 on. Not too bad for 55 minutes. Anyway, snowblower. That's what they are, Martin. It's a snowblower, isn't it? That's it. But they're huge. It's not like a wee snowblower that you like walk behind. I need to get the pictures of it. It's mental. Braga, Braga, and just at Motherwell, Baz. Please thoughts. I don't think we'll get Braga. He hates us. More chance of Cammy Devlin. Celtic calendar 26. I've got the Celtic calendar. My mum bought me. I don't know why she bought me a Celtic calendar. I'm like, Mum, I'm in my the age I am. Do you know what I mean? I'm over 50, Mum. I think you could stop buying me a Celtic calendar now. It's yeah, and on my calendar, it's Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney. It was Jota last month. Another hour. The missus. I'm going to check out what football is on. When does the World Cup start? It's this week, isn't it? Thursday. Let me just shut down some windows. I did it this morning. Fucking memory, like I said. Thursday, 9 o'clock. There we go. Thursday, 8 o'clock. The opening of the World Cup. So we'll do our not because there's no many games on at 6, is there? So I'm thinking we'll keep this time for the summer, 6 o'clock. For the summer because there's football on later. Spain, that's the only one on the 15th. Spain kicks off at 5 o'clock Celtic Park time, so I'll be doing a live for that one. Doing a live for the Spain game. But what I'm thinking is trying to do live for the majority of the 9 o'clock ones, the 8 o'clock Celtic Park time. There's one at 6 o'clock. Portugal will be doing that one, will be live. Switzerland game, it's going to have to be that one rather than the Czechia South Africa game. Been told I need to go and stay at a hotel if I want to do watch along live. You can't do a watch along sitting in a hotel room. Fucking phone goes. We've been heard there's a noise coming for your room. Just send them up. USA versus Australia. Scotland games on at midnight. When is the other Scotland? When's the Scotland Brazil game? Even that's on at midnight. Jesus God, why is all the Scotland games on at shitty times? Honestly. We can sit and watch the World Cup and see signing time. That's what I'm hoping to see. Because you've got to remember the last time. Thank you, Thomas Costello. Thank you. It's a bit madness on here. It's not like other Celtic channels that kind of just talk just only about Celtic and just be all professional and stuff. No disrespect to other channels, but that's what they do. Just what's the kickoff times for round 2 games? Group stage round 32 at 9 o'clock, 7 o'clock on the 28th and 29th, so we could do watch alongs for both those games. 10:30 at night, that's getting a bit dodgy because you're talking about these are Central European times, remember, these aren't Celtic Park times, so these are an hour in front of what you'll get. The 30th, you've got one at 7 o'clock, so we'll get that one. 6 o'clock, we'll get that one. 8 o'clock, we'll get that one. 7 o'clock. The 4th of July. Hopefully that's America and Germany again. And America gets put out on the 4th of July by Germany. Just saying. No bad times, but it's just for doing the watch longs because the missus gets up early in the morning, so for work. So she's not wanting me sitting fucking shouting, going mental doing a watch along. Round of 16, 6 o'clock. That'll be 5 o'clock UK time. It's piss poor the times there, aren't they, for a European sense? I mean, the biggest TV audience you would think, or the biggest concentration of TV audience, is bound to be in Europe for the games. I don't know. No idea. Yeah, the times aren't too bad when it gets to the knockout stages. Starts to get a bit more reasonable. But it's just for the watch along, like I say. We'll wait and see. Anyway, that is me done. The 1 hour mark. We have made it. Thank you to everyone who has been on the channel this evening. Just got a little bit of an update when it comes to, oh, it went up. It has went up. Let's get that back on. Where is it? It is there. 27,080 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed to the channel. I will be back in the morning. Not that we'll be expecting any further Celtic news unless Celtic announce it at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning in the stock exchange. I'll get up super early and I'll check. I'm an hour in front of you, so I don't need to really. You know, I just get up. So anyway, I'm just concerned a lot of extra time and penalty situations. That's going to be. That's why I don't want to be doing watch alongs and stuff, because anyway, we'll wait and see. Right, one last check of Celtic's website page, just in case. They're not going to put anything out at 7 o'clock at night, not on a Monday. It's not their style. And that's it. Thank you everyone who has been on the live this evening. There has been nearly 3,000 people on. Absolutely fantastic. I think I might enjoy doing these earlier hours. Big shout out to Danny Cassie for your couple of super chats, Danny. Did I mention that earlier on? Can't remember. And I shall see you all in the morning. Why has Martin O'Neill not been official? What's going on? I have no idea, Thomas. It's Celtic being Celtic. Chris, do not call it soccer. Ever. You've been in Australia far too long, mate. Anyway, catch you all in the morning. Have a fantastic evening, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world.